What's up, guys? I'm glad to have you back in the video with me today because I want to do a review on this backpack that I just got this year. It's the Stone Glacier backpack, and it has a meat shelf in here. And what better day to do a review than we're going to pack out an elk. So last night I harvested a young female cow elk, and I put the front shoulders in the pack, in the bag with the back straps, and it was great. I actually didn't use the meat shelf because I've never used this pack before for packing out. I've used it hunting all season in September, but it was like last light, so I didn't have time. I was in a hurry to figure out all the straps and buckles. This pack has so many straps and buckles. Like, you can literally, this will expand very far out and very high up, but you can pack it down to nearly nothing for going in with just water and some extra clothes and some extra game bags and stuff. So follow along as we go up, and we'll get some footage of packing it, and I'll try and explain some of the buckles and how to use the meat shelf, because I'll be sort of learning too, but I feel like that's a good thing for buying a new pack, is to see someone that isn't exactly familiar with the pack learn how to use it. So we'll be learning together, but luckily we've got a nice camera and beautiful scenery, and we're packing out an elk, so this is the perfect time. As promised, we made our way up to the elk carcass, and it was 1.95 miles from the truck, which is not too bad. I can deal with that. And we had pulled out the front shoulders and the back straps last night. So what I have here is a rear quarter, and we just took the bone out. We hung it from the tree and flayed the meat off the bone. So we got the rear quarters and the head, because it's in a mandatory CWD testing zone. So that's just another perk of, I don't know if it's a perk, but we have to test them, and we got to pack it out. It's like, I mean, this thing's heavy. It's like 15 pounds probably. But we also pulled out the liver and the heart. So my attempt is to pack the head and the two rear quarters into the meat shelf, which I kind of explored a little bit at the truck, but I'm just going to dive into it. This pack, again, is the Stone Glacier pack, and it's got tons of buckles. It's made in the USA, which I love. So it seems like the best thing to do is just to start loosening these buckles, and a few of these, maybe these are called like turnbuckles or something, and your whole pack pulls out away from the meat shelf. Like that one releases the whole thing, it looks like. And if I go really wide with this one and loosen it up here, that opens up, starts to open up the meat shelf. And you come up here, and that's for the melon. Loosen that up a bit. The top of the main pack off its post, and then it is still strapped here. So like, we'll loosen this, because the idea is to have the meat shelf and then the pack still on the frame. I can tighten that because this is the outside of the pack. And yeah, we'll spin it around and do the same thing the other way and see where we end up. And I think it's going to be good. This loosens, pop the top off the frame, and you can tighten that. I'm sure these are like perfect for drawing back in once we get it loaded. Actually, one thing I wanted to mention with this pack, you know, you go in and you want to buy a backpack, and it depends on your torso length, if you get a small, medium, or large. Well, this pack actually has Velcro here, and you can adjust these straps shorter or longer. And I actually, last night I had like my clothes really wore into my hips because I think the pack was a little low. So I lowered these to fit my torso better. And on the way up here, it didn't ride on my waistline where my clothes are at all, which is amazing because it's either that or buy a different pack. And this Velcro, they told me, is like 550 pounds it can hold. That's the Velcro strength. But let's get back to expanding this. Unclip for now. That'll lengthen all the way out. And these ones come all the way off. So loosen that up. And then yeah, it looks like I've got a real life meat shelf there. There's these bottom ones, which I normally had strapped my tent underneath there when hunting during the archery season. A little too cold to be backpack hunting right now at night out here. Okay, so we'll leave this mostly on. I imagine you could probably just take the whole outer pack off, fill it on, and then restrap it. I'm going to kind of just try and slide the meat in here because I don't really feel like redoing all of those right now. But the head I'm going to put in the bottom. One way or another. Okay, so I'm putting the head in the bottom first, and generally you guys aren't probably packing out the head for the most part. But we got to do it. Mandatory here. And it seems like, yeah, almost all the way extended, so I'll be able to fit the other meat. I don't know if it's probably going to go through the top. Get that out of the way. Has one rear quarter, no bone. Try and get it in between these straps probably as best I can. I'm kind of rolling down the hill because we got weight in here now. But throw this other quarter on top of that. It seems like it's trying to swim away from me. Which is probably why they want you to unbuckle everything. Like so. Let's get gun strap. And then, yeah, I think now I can bring it back on, and the whole weight of the pack should hold it in, and the buckles will go around it. It's the first time I've ever used this pack for packing meat, or the first time I've ever used this meat shelf, so if it looks like I don't really know what I'm doing, it's because I don't. And that's part of making this video, is for you guys to see the small things that I do wrong, or if you look at what I'm doing and you see a better way, leave it in the comments, because I would be okay with learning a new way to do it. But this certainly seems like it's gonna work. I'm just gonna put these back on the posts. Well, after I get my hydration tube out of here. And hurry up and get some buckles around the side of this meat, because gravity is doing its thing. A lower buckle. So I guess it makes the most sense to me to strap tight on the bottom side first. And then throw a couple of these buckles around the mid part, which I kind of got to find. It's amazing how many straps are on and buckles are on this. It gets kind of confusing, but not really. Everywhere you feel like you need a buckle, there is a buckle. So I feel like the guys that designed this pack did an amazing job. And the material is super lightweight, which is nice. And yeah, we're basically just about there, really. There, so that's 2 rear quarters deboned, plus a head. I think we're ready to somehow get it on the back. But yeah, it looks pretty good. It seems like it's not terrible, but it seems evenly weighted. I'm gonna pull these up over that. Give them a crank. Tighten my melon strap. And give her the heave-ho, which I've had packs so heavy where I've had to like lay down and get into it and like do a push-up to get on it. But this one, I think I can just two-hand it like that. And this side is always interesting getting your arm in, especially if you're wearing a watch or having a glove dangling or something, but not terrible. It's got these nice buckles here you can pull back and release to lengthen your waist strap. Cinch it in nice and high. Tighten up these straps. And I think we're getting all the meat out today. What do you think? How does it look? Pretty good? Pretty mountain-esque? This is what it's all about, guys. Having fun out here, getting the meat done, on the pack, trekking poles, Glock, knife, camera person. Let's do this. Head back down to the truck. We are back to the truck with all the meat still on. I just don't know if I can take this pack off. I mean, I've carried it 2 miles down for it to wait longer, you know? It's just so comfortable, especially after adjusting the Velcro on the straps to raise it up a little bit, because I was getting marks along my torso. But I just wanted to show you taking it off and the success and the relief that it feels to get all the elk meat back. So overall, very successful trip with the pack. I love the meat shelf. I've got all my safety supplies and knives and things and extra warm clothing and headlights and stuff for if we got stuck out later, but it actually worked out really good. I feel like it would be easier even with like a full big bull quarter to just stick in there one piece, but getting it together was a little like playing with a wet noodle because of the 2 packs and it all just being meat, not on a bone. But overall, successful mission. So thanks for tuning in.